Okay, we're now 3 weeks away from Summerslam. If you didn't know that, you heard it a dozen times this week on Raw. It begins with John Cena first doing his goofy promo. Then Paul Heyman comes out and talks about how Brock Lesnar is going to victimize John Cena. He's going to beat him. He's going to humiliate. He's going to victimize John Cena in that ring. Victimize him prison style. Like, I think you dropped the soap, John Cena victimization. He's going to be like, you can't see me. You can't see me. And he's victimizing you, John Cena. And then John cut a serious promo. His serious promo was actually very good. Then Cesaro came out and made fun of how John dresses and said that you can't wrestle in sneakers. And oh wait, you just can't wrestle. Which then led to a match between Cesaro and John Cena. With Cesaro throwing out almost every move he could. Great match, lots of good back and forth. Cesaro truly did out-wrestle John Cena. John Cena wins with John's on the second rope, hits his AA. So, an off the rope, off the top rope. No, technically John's on the middle rope, so technically it's a middle rope AA. Which I think the last time he really used that one was, I think when he beat Bobby Lashley. When Bobby Lashley was the next big thing that was supposed to defeat John Cena. So good match, nice back and forth. The Usos and Dolph Ziggler took on Ryback and The Miz. So you had all of your workhorses in one match. Great match. Fantastic back and forth, with Ziggler getting the victory. In the back, they showed Xavier Woods, Big E Langston, and Kofi Kingston. Now, Booker T has mentioned he doesn't like the fact that they're turning Kofi into a heel. Well, let's be honest, Kofi was going nowhere. Big E Langston had a great run as champion, lost the belt, and then was going nowhere. Xavier Woods had a pretty good run when he was with R-Truth for a little while. Was beginning to have a feud with the Funkasauruses, which went nowhere. So 3 stagnant face characters, make them heel, see if it goes someplace. I like stables. That means we now have 2. We have the Wyatts, who have that weird, good old country boy look to them, versus Xavier Woods and his group. Polar opposites. So when those two actually end up feuding over something, it's going to be really great television. Paige came down talking about she's still friends with AJ. AJ came down and they had a pretty great promo, which led to a nice little brawl. Those two are going to put on a really solid match at SummerSlam. They did a tag match. I'm going to go through all the Divas stuff in one shot. They did a Divas tag match where Naomi and Natalya took on Cameron and Alicia Fox. Cameron, a lot of personality, but she reminds me of everything that killed the Divas division years ago when Kelly had a lot of personality but no in-ring ability. And Naomi used a really interesting submission. It looked almost like if you were to do a reverse Rings of Saturn, but just use your legs. Brilliant looking move. Looked vicious. Looked sick. So it now means we've got the Black Widow, the Paige Tap Out, the Sharpshooter, and now Naomi is like double arm breaker. So you've got 3 submission finishes in the women's division. That looks pretty good. I like that. That's going to work well. A bulk of the night went and dealt with Stephanie being arrested last week. That was one of our main events, was Triple H and Stephanie discussing it. And thankfully, that segment got saved by Chris Jericho, who later had a match with Seth Rollins. It was a great match. Until the Wyatts got involved into the 3-on-1 Wyatt beatdown of Jericho. So now the very, very main event, which is also Diva focused. They spent a lot of time talking about how Brie Bella was going to show up and said we wanted to talk to her. So the main event, this is your main event, is Stephanie and Brie Bella in the ring. Brie saying she'll drop the charges. She wants one thing. She wants a match against Stephanie at SummerSlam. I know, right? Who saw this coming? who saw the end of this storyline being Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon, and that they gave this match so much build-up. There's almost more build-up to that match than there really has been for the Divas title. They spent a lot of time on Raw building up to this. They've spent a lot of time in the previous weeks doing the multiple Diva beatdown of Nikki to build up to this. So this match is currently more important than the actual great wrestling match we should see between Paige and Paige. Sorry. I've just hybridized the two to make the ultimate diva. One of the Matadores, so El Matadore, came down to face Fandango. So El Matador came down with some Marie and Layla, or Las Matadoras. And they distracted Fandango to get the pinfall. Trying to really play these matches out. Stardust and Goldust continue to have their discussion of trying to find the cosmic key which will unlock the level of enlightenment that is required to Farfignugan the Zeitgeist. I really do hope that they get a match, because the Stardust character is great to see in the ring. This backstage stuff is making absolutely no sense. And I have a feeling that it's got a lot of build-up to go absolutely nowhere when it's they need to be involved in tag matches against somebody. Just throwing that out there. You know, maybe against Slater Gator. Just to show that, hey, they actually are a tag team. It's going to do stuff in the ring. So this was definitely a mixed bag. Had some solid match work, some good jobs when it came to building up some of the previously established matches. Oh, that's right, yeah, I forgot. Last week, Roman Reigns defeated both Randy Orton and Kane. And this week, he was scheduled to face Kane. Randy Orton got involved. So, a non-match? The bright side of that was the ridiculous post-match beatdown that Orton put on Reigns. Which is good because these two are first scheduled to face each other at SummerSlam. They were currently scheduled, but they will have a match at SummerSlam. So, overall, kind of a mixed bag. They did a good job when it came to establishing some matches that seemed really interesting. And then they spent a tremendous amount of time for a match that was going to be between Stephanie and Brie Bella. I know Stephanie can do a pretty good job when it comes to a big match, but she hasn't wrestled in a really long time. Brie Bella, same thing. This match could have a lot of drama going into it, but it's going to require a lot more than just drama to make this match as good as it should be given the amount of time they put towards it.